Alrighty. So, welcome everybody back to session 33. How is everybody doing tonight? Nope, it's 35. I'm stupid. We're almost there. Group 2, technically, we could I'm tempted to even to just bring it back the original count of group 2 just because the only reason that group 2 that there was a new counter was because it was like the start of the uh it was the counting from the merge of 2 and 5.
I forgot the player's name, but I remember Arthur.
Yeah, I forget his name too, and I feel bad that I forgot his name.
Wait, there was
Oh, now you wanted
somebody
Yeah, we
else
had
playing?
Ennead when this
What?
first started.
Oh
And
shit!
I'm surprised you
Yeah,
forgot this, though. You were there.
the Simic
What?
hybrid.
I was?
The
Yeah.
Simic hybrid with the blue skin with the lobster claws, the barbarian.
What?
Yeah, I was definitely there, probably physically. I have no recollection of this person whatsoever.
He was
He's the
gone by the
crab
time we
man.
hit like level 5, I think.
Can I see? Do you have a picture? Like, is he in the thing?
Yeah, hold on.
I-
He used like the very classic image of a Simic hybrid. He is on where is it? He should be in the folder for the Knucklebones gang.
He's where we got the
Aw.
Ravager.
He is,
Oh,
but
his
the
image
art
is
missing.
gone. Like his image is. I guess I must have deleted his image. Fuck, hold on.
Do we
That
remember the name of the card he pulled the art from?
It was literally just the standard image for the Simic hybrid.
Yeah,
which was
and that
this.
was old Magic card art that they reused.
He was using this
Uh,
one as a reference.
Oh, is it up on the thing? I mean, either way, I do kind of I remember the Knucklebones gang and getting the scavenger. Uh, like when we were about to leave
Oh, apparently, it's called the Hybrid
the desert
Spy.
city.
That's what it's called, I guess.
You know, I was thinking to myself, like, there's no way we're at like section 35.
No way.
Like, not even.
No. Um.
Possible we're at section 35. I kept thinking that to myself because like we're about to be in our 40th session. I was like, we have to be like at session like 60-ish.
Yeah, no.
Almost.
The last time I was counting your actual sessions, the last time I was counting your actual sessions, the Siege of Atlas, you guys were at I think something around the ballpark of high 50s.
Yeah, like closing in on that 60 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Even cooler.
I'm gonna turn on my AC, but only for a constant amount. It's gonna be loud. Hold on.
That.
the card was called Growth Chamber Guardian, and it was from Dragon's Face?
Ravnica Allegiance.
Ravnica Allegiance.
All right. Am I? Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone was just quiet, and I thought because my internet connection is kind of shit. This
When
new
you said
apartment,
okay,
so
I was like waiting for you to say something after the okay.
yeah, I like my internet is kind of shit. So like I'll cut out on occasion, and I when I was with the other Cerdonia group, like 2 other people had their webcams on, so I could, and my laptop wasn't glitching the fuck
Wow.
off like
Great
There it is.
example.
like it is right
Great
now.
example.
There it is.
Yeah.
I hate this
It
so
cut
much.
off in
I
the
hate it
middle
here.
of your speech.
That was
Ugh.
priceless.
Great example, Iris. You did it on purpose, right?
My fucking laptop is glitching the fuck out for some reason. Like the visual is so awful, but I can see on OBS that my webcam is working fine. It's literally just my laptop and its shitty wireless connection to my PC. But also
Ooh.
everyone had like, oh god. Everyone had there were like 2 other people with webcams, which allowed me to like see when I would my connection would go out because I would freeze, or because
Yeah,
all
you
the
could see
webcams would
when they
freeze.
Yeah.
But now I don't have that.
Guess I could always stream.
Anyways,
You have a cam.
Would you
We're
like
gonna-
me to throw my webcam on?
you don't have to if you don't want to. Just
Which?
a person. Oh,
Or great timing. Wait, what'd you say?
don't. The webcam is gonna make it worse. Is gonna make the internet worse.
This is fair.
I hate that.
We
It,
should all
like
turn our
I'm not
webcams
like
on.
I'm
God.
barely. I am running like a billion things at once, but like, could it be so
remember a storm.
generous as to not like I switched to Opera after the factory reset. I have 4 tabs open. Why the fuck is Opera running at 1,400 megabytes of memory?
Ooh.
God damn.
Oof.
One of those YouTube.
It is the tankiest thing on my fucking task manager right now. The next thing below it is Discord running at only 551 megabytes of memory. Almost
Actually,
triple.
Almost 1,500 is insane.
Almost triple.
You cut out like 3 times while you were complaining about it too.
I want to fucking die is what is the moral of this story.
I thought I was just like
there's so many
mixing it.
fucking opera things coming up. Like there's so many fucking opera tasks that are so scatterbrained that it's like so. I feel like opera is like a fucking virus.
See, it sounds like it.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask a question, especially of our rogue. I'm gonna
What's
put.
up?
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna send you this fucking. I'm gonna DM you something real quick,
Oh,
and I
boy.
want you to tell me if you think that. Hold on. I'm just gonna send. I just want to hear your opinion over. Over the thing that I'm about to say. Okay. Let me pull this up. Pull this up, and pull this up. Boom, bam, blow. Add L enhancement. Okay. Now I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send it to you. So this is it at, is this all of it? Yes. This is the 6th level part. Let me open Here, look. Where is your? Where is your fucking name? Fuck it, I'll just click you right here. Okay, okay. And now, okay. Did it not? Can you copy it? My bad. I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but like, see what the fuck. Okay. My message was too long. That's how good of the fucking thingy it is. Okay. So look what I'm sending you right now. This is a
Jesus.
6. This is what you get at 6th level as a rogue. Now imagine you're a rogue, but now this is just the 6th level part, and now I'm gonna send you the 10th level part. Hold on, because wait, there's more.
Jesus Christ.
I'm probably it's essentially the same amount. So now I'm gonna do this, and then this part. Now I just want to know your opinion about this.
About all of it or just the end part?
Like just essentially the nature of it from like the top to the bottom. Like what are your feelings and thoughts about that? Now mind you, this is a 10th level character. A 10th level rogue.
Speaking of 10th level, we're at level 11 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just need to hear a verdict from somebody else.
Is
Like, is it not absolutely fucking busted and crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, fucking
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
the amount of times I got told that this shit is boring is crazy. I was like, dude, what? Like, and also, you don't know the custom debuffs that we use that I like have created for our game, but Frostbite just completely depletes your fucking physical stats entirely by minus whatever the amount of stacks that you have. And if you get up to -6, then you explode for fucking 10d8 damage.
Jesus. That's a lot.
Bro, and like I was thinking like oh, this shit's way cooler, like this is gonna be so awesome. Man, this shit's so this shit's so boring. Like what? Like it took my heart for real. It took me like a day to come up with this shit.
I'll give you this. It's a lot to like throw at someone initially, but if once they get through, once they like read everything, it is very cool.
This was essentially a reworked version of the way that the class used to work, because the effects were a lot more simple, but essentially they all do the same quote unquote effects, like being grappled or whatever, like is you just have your movement speed reduced to 0, or like it's like a shocking grasp type vibe thing. So it like all kind of scales regularly, but I thought it was fucking crazy. Like I was like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna be so nuts. Like no. I just wanted to hear another Rogue, because I've never played Rogue, so I don't really know what makes Rogue feel like fun or interesting from like a personal
anyways, I
experience.
think
Because I thought I knew a lot about
to
casting.
leave for an hour, and I'm getting dragged somewhere right now. Yeah.
Oh shit.
We'll keep you alive.
Okay.
We'll try to.
Yeah.
Well, he's our only fucking healer, so we better fucking
Guys,
keep him alive.
what? You're not going into
No, you can
combat, guys.
I can heal.
Like nothing
I can
could go
heal.
wrong.
That's
We're not going into
right.
combat
I
right
can
away.
heal you guys all the time. I feel like the combat just fucking finds us. We'll just be wandering the fucking city and oh, hey, you fuckers, you're just walking around. Fuck you. It's time to fight. Walking through the wrong block.
All I'm saying is that 5e was designed assuming 23 rounds of combat per day, so we gotta hit our quotas.
Uh-huh.
You're right. We gotta
fair.
Gotta
Wait,
go
really?
grinding.
Are
You
you
gotta grind.
actually like so dead ass? 23
Dead ass.
rounds?
Mike Merles has confirmed that was the number they shot for. It was 23 rounds of combat per adventure.
So like fucking
God, that's a lot.
Jesus
combats,
fucking
eight
Christ,
combats in a
dude.
single day, like 6 to 8 combats in a fucking long rest.
Yes. Preserve your fucking spell slots.
I guess maybe the
All right, well-
combat scaling is also lower. Like if you like the things will just, I don't know. That's fucking 23 is absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever had a combat go longer than like, I don't know.
Alright, well,
fucking
I
6
compensate by
rounds.
making my combat's only like 6 rounds, but that's because.
But even then, it's
but I
like we'll have
but I
like 10
compensate with the
NPCs and shit.
scale and how many people there actually are
like
in that
there'll
combat.
be like a shit ton of NPCs. So like one round is really like 2 or 3, like with all the different like sagas of the fucking round.
See, the thing is too is that something Miles specifically like talked about in that same post is that they assumed people would be doing like these long dungeon days, but instead with the way the monster manual is set up and the player abilities being as strong as they are, most people tend to lean towards just having a couple of really big fights against like a boss or a bunch of dudes. And that's it.
Yeah, combat balance scaling has been a real big thing for me, especially with all the crazy bullshit that this party can do. Now, that's why I was saying I have to come up with custom debuffs that specifically target like random bullshit that they can do. Like, oh, my fighter's just a 2020 stack. Fuck it, I'm gonna make something to give, and the enemies are gonna fucking hit you. They crit hit you as a -4 automatically. Boom. Now how fucking strong you feel. And I feel like that's balanced. You know, you get a constitution saving throw to like at your regular thing. So if you fail that shit, you deserve it. You deserve to be fucked up. That's how I feel. Now I'm seeing it in a different light. Now I know why Church gets his ass beat so much. Like I get it, like I see it and it fits. It's fair. It's balanced. I want to be this whole master of everything thing. Gotta lock in. There's no way. Alonzo Mourning. There's also this really super cool one that I came up with because I made this new damage type. Like I made this lava monster, I made a lava damage type, and when you get fucking hit by the thing, you have disadvantages on dexterity saving throws, and every time you fail a dexterity saving throw, you take damage just from failing it. And then at the beginning of your turn, you have to roll another one just in case you didn't have to roll one up until the start of your turn. And if you fail it, it adds double the fucking damage to it, like for the buff, like the debuff to go away. So it does like 8d6, like a fireball worth of damage to you individually if you don't pass the save. But like their dexterity saves are so high, the disadvantage can't be that bad. You know, disadvantage is like what, -5? Like on average, not too bad, not too crazy. And I'm very excited to play this sorcerer. I've played like 6 games. I have never played a mage class ever. This will be my first time ever like casting spells that I just have that I can just cast. Also, Iris, I did want to ask you about that staff. I'm sorry, I hate to like be that guy, like be the item guy. I know I get it. But like I would really love if the staff, even if it's just like the staff can do these dwarf spells, I think that shit would be so fucking based for the fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm definitely going to like look at what you want from it and try to like emulate it, but it's not going to be something that you already have as an item. I don't have any like I don't even have like special magic items planned out for anyone else.
Yeah, the way
But
I
it's going
kind
to be
of
something where it's
thought
more
about it.
It's going to be more it's going to be different from how the way you all obtain these magic items is going to be different from how it happened in this campaign where everyone just got it at the exact same time, just
if you
just
look,
off
I
rip
even
without any
wrote
sort
in
of
the-
difficulty.
in the description, like that it starts off like regular as fuck because like I haven't proved to the staff worthy of being the successor of the Stonic type shit. Then the staff's like, oh, you really are like that. So now maybe I can give you like a little boost. And then from the little boost, like, oh, now you're really tapped in. Here's the spells of your ancestors now that you're fully worthy of being the successor to this. And then you can add. That's why I thought that adding the spell of your own spells into the thing to be able to use it to like just give you like one extra like a spell slot. But I just think that that's so cool to be able to break the one spell on a turn thing by having two different entities essentially being me cast a spell at the same time, which could only happen once, but the one time that it happens would probably be fucking epic. So I just thought that it was like a super cool like a way to like flavor it to the character, but also for it to not like be weird in the game. Like it would just be like a spell casting staff and then get a couple of extra spells, like nothing too like meta defining or anything like that. Because now I'm realizing playing like learning in sorcerer more how important and like where that like short spell list thing comes into play. I did a lot. I had to do a lot of fine tuning to pick the spells that I wanted to take. I did not fucking realize that they just can't. They just don't know any fucking spells
without killing itself.
Show some love to church, man. I haven't clicked church's sheet in forever. Oh, my baby.
It's been too long since we had a
It's
session.
been, like no, well, I've just been doing so much for this other character and for like all the reworks because my party just hit level 10. So now they all saw fucking Jake's character do all this crazy shit with the fucking thing, and they're like, yo, dude, like, wow, like he's so like this and that. I'm like, okay, guys, we'll do another patch, get some dev insights put out. I'll put it in the little patch notes tab we have, like whenever I change some shit for a character, so everybody kind of knows what's going on. And then they all saw the new thing, and literally every fucking person but Jake was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why is he getting all this shit? But I feel like the way he plays, like he deserves the damage if it's like a build up. But I just haven't looked at church in so long. Like now that I'm like looking at it, I haven't looked at him in so long. I forgot that I have like that we did the whole monk fighter split. Yeah, I'm very excited. I want to fight.
Oh my God,
Fuck.
So
I wanna
hard to
find
actually
somebody
get
to
this
fight.
session started, but I can't fucking this. None of my tech wants to fucking work, and it's so infuriating.
No, I feel you. I'm good if you're getting your stuff together. Let me figure out what I can do. Actually, I forgot what he can do.
I feel like every session I keep complaining about this fucking equipment, and then like
Oh, I just
and
can't.
then like the last session I had with with group 1, Spencer.
Mhm.
I love the guy, but Spencer decides that he wants to comment saying, I'm 90% sure that it's user error. And the way that just
Bro, dog,
fucking
hearing that shit in
boiled
Spencer.
my
No, like because
blood.
like
It just
because like I'm
fucking
hearing it in
boiled my
Spencer's
blood.
voice. Like I'm hearing that shit in Spencer's voice. That shit would actually be fucking.
I couldn't. Like, I wish I knew
I
what the
cannot
fuck I'm
wait to
doing
play
wrong,
tomorrow.
but I am doing the bare minimum, and it is
And then the
killing
laptop doesn't
itself.
work for you to look it up on the laptop. You
My
can't even do it on
laptop
the
is
laptop.
struggling to look up a website, like to look up anything on a web browser.
Is there any way that you can cord your laptop up to your PC or your Ethernet? Like, is there any way you could just cord it up?
I
So that it's
I
not
don't have any. Well, okay, I have the fucking Wi-Fi box.
using the wireless
These
connection?
cuts
He's
have great
talking-
timing.
We do.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi box is
Dude,
tucked
what
into
the
that
fuck?
fucking.
Every time you complain about your Wi-Fi, you cut out.
The fucking Wi-Fi box is.
I'm not
right
trying
there.
to
It's
laugh,
on-
but what's getting me is like when she just comes right back in like nothing happened. Like, I'm sorry. I really do think though, that you
genuinely
can
have
plug
no
your Ethernet.
I have no solution for this. I
If
guess I'll
you-
just
if
spend
you're-
more fucking money.
If you have an Ethernet on your laptop, maybe like it might be a little.
I don't even know if I
difficult.
have an
Maybe
Ethernet.
that's different.
My fucking Wi-Fi is a box in that corner, hidden by all these books. That's all it is.
Yeah, there should be a cable. There should be an Ethernet connection in your modem where
Yeah.
you can plug it into the modem and then plug the modem directly into your laptop. If you have an Ethernet cable, you should be able to just do that and sync them up
I don't
not
think I-
cordless, so that the connection's a little better.
I don't think I have an Ethernet cable, but even if I did, it would like
might be
have
annoying.
to be 30 feet long.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be inconvenient, but it should work.
I wanted to fucking have it so that they set up the fucking Wi-Fi. There's an outlet right next to me that I do not use.
They put the shit in
they-
a weird ass spot.
They put it all like not only that, the prior there is a thing they plugged into the outlet that they then plugged the router, the Wi-Fi into. That thing was there before I even showed up, and they were like, we can only plug in the Wi-Fi device wherever this plug is. So if it's there, we have to plug it there. If you want it moved, it's gonna cost extra. And I'm like, what the fuck
It's
are we
gonna
talking
cost
about right
you.
now?
That's how that
Just
works.
move,
Stick
just
that stick-
unscrew
Yeah,
the
go ahead
fucking
and
plug and move it right. I have an outlet that I do not use. There's not
That's
a
not how
single
that
thing plugged
works.
into it, and it is 3 feet away from my PC. It is right here, and I was like, can we move the box here? And they were like, nah, we can't. Sorry. I was like, what the fuck?
God damn!
The box has to be plugged into the coaxial line, so it's.
I
making
hate.
Sure there is
I
one.
I actually like despise, but sort of like I don't even know the best word for it. I guess envy would be the best word for it. How like difficult but simple issues can be fixed with more money. Like, oh, if I just had like the extra 2,000 or whatever, like this whole problem wouldn't be a problem at all in my brain. You know, like that shit's actually insane. But there are 30-foot Ethernet cables.
There are.
They're
if
not
you-
even that expensive.
Yeah, that would probably be your cheapest bet is getting you a 30-foot Ethernet cable.
Dude,
For whenever you're
30-foot
running sessions and then
USB-C cables are like $50.
Not a USB.
Don't ask how I know that.
Well, Iris, to be fair, my Wi-Fi and when I moved in, the Ethernet cord the Ethernet connection that's right here by my desk doesn't fucking work. So I'll plug my shit in and into my PC, just won't fucking do anything. So I had to get a connector to plug into my router up in my living room. Let the route I got like a 10-foot one, and then that 10-foot one is going into a splitter, and then I have another one connected to the splitter that connects to my PC, and it is literally a single cord that travels through my entire house, like literally my whole house, my entire apartment. This cord, like I can't close my door normally because the fucking cord goes from the living room and into my door. Tap on the cord every day. Close the door.
That's
and leave.
ridiculous.
So I
And
get
stupid.
like it does sound crazy. It does sound crazy, but when you gotta make something work, you just gotta make it work. You know what I mean? I'm not running shit on Wi-Fi. I'm not doing that. I've came too far. So I had to do what I had to do. So it's essentially like I don't know.
I just feel
30
like
feet
that's
of
so much
cable.
that's so much fucking effort For something
It is.
so
It was.
simple.
I was actually so pissed. I asked them so many times, like, "Hey, could we move?" Nah, dude. It's just got to stay where it is. We don't have anything to do with it. That's the apartment. Okay. All right, guy. Tech guy. Just leave. And
Thanks,
then the
man.
fucking internet, the internet like will just go out randomly. And I remember one time right before a session, the internet went out for the rest of the weekend. And so I had to fucking run the whole session using the hotspot off of my phone and connect my PC to the hotspot of my phone to run the fucking session.
I can't even connect my PC to the hotspot. It just won't even. Like, I've tried doing that because, especially during like that whole period that like I had to cancel I had to cancel one of the group's sessions. I had to cancel one group sessions because like I just didn't have Wi-Fi for an entire week. I tried connecting my fucking phone hotspot and it just wouldn't. It just said we can't get. My PC was just like, nah. What is this bullshit? We can't connect to that.
I love that my boss doesn't even like fucking put me on the schedule anymore. She just texts me and tells me when to come to work. That's insane.
Boo. I hate your boss.
Well, no, to be fair, I'm working a second job. Well, I've been working the second job, but I got a new first job. And so at my new first job, because I don't work at a school anymore, I work at this clinic, I can actually like not work during school hours. Like in my entire yearly schedule is not surrounded around like a school schedule. So basically she's just like, oh, so like can you work over the summer? I'm like, yeah, I can always work like at this time. So she'll just text me and be like, hey, can you come in? I'm like, yeah, I'll come in. Like I ain't got nothing else better to do than to go make some money right now. Might as well. And it's like 2 hours, like 2 extra hours in the day, like maybe 2 to 3. So it's nothing crazy. Holy
think I've had
fuck,
a
I forgot. I can swap my superiority die for my fucking key points and vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my whole church sheet that I put in my notes.
Anyways, do you guys want to play D&D?
Yes,
I
really want to.
I feel like we've just turned this into.
Oh, right.
I've accidentally turned this
really wanna go
into
to
yet
Kindori.
another rant session where we've just spent the first hour of this campaign just fucking talking about
No,
how
I
much
love it.
life sucks.
I love it.
We're
That's
playing
fair.
D&D tonight?
Whoa.
This is because
What?
we're all friends.
This is D&D like real life edition.
I'm
Like,
also
we're always-
extremely tired and because I'm also extremely tired and from the fucking I think we are now at it is definitely more than 24 hours at this point that I've been awake.
I just rolled a 6, a
forget when
7,
I
and a
woke up.
13 all in a row. That's got to be a
I woke up
sign
yesterday.
that the Spurs are going to win the finals.
What do I even do on my day off?
But if you just really need to rest, I can make Alex improvise a session right now. He's right behind me.
If you fucking do that shit, if you fucking do that shit, I can't.
That
No, I'm
was
gonna improvise. You know what I'm gonna
actually-
do? I'm gonna improvise
Yeah,
a
actually.
character for Alex to play. Get in here.
He's gonna improvise a character for you to play.
You're gonna play this guy named Medjed. He's pretty cool. The party's seen him one
No
time.
fucking 0-2. I get a fly. I get no chance for him. I get no chance for him.
I don't even think you guys would remember Medjed.
My dad's.
Do you guys remember a single character from the 2 sessions you were in Heliopolis?
No.
Heliopolis is where was Heliopolis?
Heliopolis was
Probably.
the flying ship.
My sister.
Well,
So there's
another-
Kindori.
Before we start.
A different
There's
flying
so there's
ship.
Kindori, which is where the main like the Ennead reside, and then there is
Wait,
the
is that
flying
where
ship
the-
of Heliopolis, where the Great Ennead reside, and the Heliopolis was where was the flying ship that Zariel
council-
attacked.
That was the council meeting, right?
Yeah.
I remember that whole fucking shit. Yeah, because that's when we had to go and save that person.
Yeah, I don't
that
even
was
remember
on that
her name.
island. Yeah, it started with an H, but there was a person with the name that started with an H that was on an island that the gods were telling us, or the people in the council were telling us that, like, got kidnapped or taken by whoever the fuck. And then we went to go save them, and that's when we went from there to the Forbidden East. I do remember the fuck out of that part, because I vaguely recall me, like, storming the fucking council meeting thing or whatever, and, like, trying some shit, and right when I walked up to the fucking main, like, Raw-esque guy, fucking Zariel, boom, through the back door, knife through the fucking, like, stab wound to the heart. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that very vividly, actually.
Sorry, you said you
don't
stormed
remember.
up to Ra.
Yeah, I remember,
And
like, I remember I started walking up to Ra, or walking up to Anubis to, like, go be like, oh, fuck, this motherfucker's, like, right here. It was Ra or Anubis, and I just started walking up to, like, the center fucking thing, and then I see your
Oh, you were trying to
fucking-
ask them about Anubis because
Yeah, I was trying to go up to ask them about Anubis, and then boom, Zariel, fucking everything up. Oh my god, what's going on? And then we had to leave to go save somebody whose name started with an H. I swear, it started with an H. But yes, I do remember that very well.
Real this time.
That was a very fun part
Sure.
because I remember the Great Ennead like marching through the city, and like us having to do the whole thing to go get into the council meeting. Yeah. Oh, here are my feats right here. For some reason, it deleted my feats off of my sheet.
You deleted your feet?
No, I have Church's whole character build all the way from 1 to 20, like typed up in my notes. Like everything that I ever would want him to do is like here in my notes in this little Church tab. So,
Anyway,
you went to
Chris, can I get a ring of this?
you went to save Neith. Neith was her name.
Neith. It didn't start with an H, but yes, Neith. We went to go save Neith from that. I remember that.
Yeah, and that's where you met. That was Clagshire. That was Medusa. That was. Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that part. That was a really fun part. I liked the mass RP things. But let's go to fucking Kindori and fight some fucking
Yes, let us.
devils.
All right.
Dungeons
So-
and Dragons.
All right. So, last we left off, what the fuck? Hold on. All right. For some reason, whenever I right click, the Opera makes a new tab. That's such okay.
Oh my
Anyways,
god.
I don't
more you
fucking
talk,
know.
the more it
I
sounds
don't
like a
know.
more it
sounds ass. Yeah, the more it sounds like malware.
I was literally just trying to pan across the fucking map on my desktop, and then it just kept making a tab every time I tried to pan. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Okay. Anyways, so last we left off, you all had met the Venerian woman, the Vanir woman Haidar, and her and the Dis, her soldiers. All of she was a rogues guild from Vanaheim, from that Citrine in your previous life had served. After settling down from the combat you had with the rogues, trying to see if you were still even worth, if you had enough talent to be worth their time, basically. There was a lot of information that was gathered, mostly through meditation and through recalling lost memories, as Citrine learned mostly everything involving his time involving his previous life about serving the Dis, uh, fighting fighting the demons, and eventually coming across across a particular demon lord who tortured and experimented on Citrine, to eventually successfully turn him into an unwilling spy, one that was still human, no, not fiendish, not a thrall, but still had the connection to the hive mind that would allow the demons to be able to see through the hive mind, see through his eyes, as Citrine began wandering the world devoid of his memories. Meanwhile, as Livid was being coached through his meditation, Church, during this coaching, you discovered the source of this voice in your head that was groaning and seeming to stir awake from a slumber, discovering that it was in fact the reawakened consciousness of Melfesh, the Mind Wraith, from within the gauntlets that you wear, gauntlets made from his own scales and bone. But eventually, you all left the Feywild, discovering that several days had passed over the course of the night you had spent in Vanaheim. But with that, I will say you all have one more day of preparation. We can skip by it if nobody has anything they want to do. But you all have one more day of preparation that you can make before you arrive on the shore, on the coastline of Beator, from which Kindori is not too far away. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do in Muspelheim before your temporary departure?
At the very end of the day, before I go to bed, I'm going to cast Goodberry.
Ah. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
That's so.
All right. So you cast Goodberry. You'll have that throughout the next day as you begin to long rest.
Spells anymore.
Anyone else? All right. I will take the silence as a no. And
There's nothing I can do. Yeah.
and one more night passes. Zara, are you saying something? Your voice, you.
Nah, a Church would just sit, meditate, and try unsuccessfully to find his connection with Champ.
It sounded like your
Just be
voice was
sad
cutting out.
about
I didn't
that.
know if that was just my internet connection. All right.
Nah.
Yeah. So you all. One more night passes, and the next morning, you wake up to a blood orange sunrise that rises upon the horizon of Beator. You see the large cliffside that makes up the coast, about 50 feet taller than the main surface level deck of Muspelheim. From there, you see nothing but a orange desert that stretches out for miles and miles on end. At the center point of this what you can see of the sands of Beator. You see a massive skeletal whale that blocks out the sun as it creeps over the horizon. You see, as the ship gets closer, you can see the more intricate details. As you see that this, the skeleton of what remains of this massive whale, this Kindori, has accents of little buildings and towers built all around the cage, this rib cage, all up and twisting around each one of its ribs. And you can see within the bowl of its torso, you can see the densely populated city of Kindori. Just above the city, kind of obscured by the Kindori, as it seems to be on the other side, floats a massive ship with large fins, with large fins and a massive sail, with a trail of fire behind it that floats in the sky just above Kindori, the city of the capital of Heliopolis, the domain of the great Ennead of Kindori. But from there, I will give you all the map of Kindori. I need to make a more detailed map because I still only have the one that when I was using this one not great program to generate my cities. Here's that. Now, you all are arriving from the what is it? You all are arriving from the eastern side of Kindori. As you can see on the map, would more so be, yeah, you guys are, oh my god, why? I fucking hate it here. This fucking tab keeps refreshing for some fucking reason, and I can't seem to do a thing. But
like we would be coming.
Yeah,
up
you guys are like
here.
over here, more in this kind of area, as not far off of this map would be where the coastline of Beator. But the ship comes to a halt as it sort of kind of turns itself to kind of move flush with the coastline. Its broadside clinging to the side of the coast, as you see massive anchors and harpoons launch forward. Now, I say massive because these are harpoons that look like your standard harpoon grappling hooks, but they are to scale with Muspelheim. So these things are, to put it in D&D category size categories, gargantuan in size, as these things are like catapulted by trebuchets.
Oh, hey, there you are.
off of the side of the ship and cling to the top of the coastline cliff, as they hook deep into the coastline, and the ship comes
I'm
to a stop.
assuming they're large. They're large sized or
Gargantuan.
huge. Oh, oh man, that's the part. That's what we missed. Fuck. Jesus.
Is that
They're
Okay,
anchors for a city.
I love cutting out at like the perfect moment. It's so fun. But yeah, these gargantuan-sized hooks latch onto the side of the coast, and you see airships begin to fly off from the dockyard on the back end of the ship as they begin to make their way over to Kindori. You all would have prior notice of this, but the plan basically is to the people that want to go to Kindori, the supplies they intend to deliver are all being ferried from the airship dockyard. They are just going back and forth like a taxi service, or like a classic ferry, but going back and forth from city to city. So you all would be able to purchase you all can either catch a ferry. It would be 5 gold per person to ferry yourselves to Kindori, or you can try to hoof it.
I think now that we're breaded, we could afford the 5 gold. If we hoof it, we'll probably get fucking attacked by something. I can spare 5 gold. We just got to pay.
It's literally only like 5 miles away from the city. The city's only like 5 miles away from the coastline. You're fine.
Oh well, I'll still pay the gold. I don't mind if you guys want to just catch the ferry.
All right. So
Yeah,
whoever
gets us
wants
into
to
Kindori
can
faster.
subtract. Whoever is going to contribute to what would be. Now I will ask, because there's 5 of you, but there's Ralph, there's Daisy. Mugen doesn't need doesn't need to be considered for the service, but there are a couple people that you can bring along with you if you want to.
Do we want to bring anyone with us, or do we want it just us?
Well, we should definitely bring Daisy with us. I
Yeah.
think.
Do we bring Ralph?
Yeah, he's part of the.
Okay.
He's part of the team.
He almost died not too long ago. Okay. I'm scared he's gonna
Everybody,
almost die again.
everybody almost
I die
dies.
like
I'll pay for
every
Raph.
single day.
I'll pay 10 so that Raph can come with us.
No, we're not bringing Ralph with us.
I already paid for Ralph. I already
He
took it
needs
off
to
of my
stay
sheet.
here where he's safe. He's a baby.
I pay the ferry. I
fine.
pay the
Kindori's
ferryman 10 gold coins, and I grab Ralph by his fucking arm,
I-
like up to his elbow, and pull him
I dare say
onto the ferry.
I'm not good with math, but I dare say I've been in more danger in Muspelheim than I haven't been in Kindori. I've never been to Kindori, but just that mere fact alone, that all of the attacks that I've had in Muspelheim compared to Kindori, that Kindori might be a little safer.
We're taking. I already paid for Ralph. He's already on the ferry. Ralph and I are already sitting on the ferry. waiting
Okay.
for the rest of the-
Okay.
All right.
All right.
He's strong. Ralph is strong. Y'all keep underestimating him.
I'm just saying. Okay. If he dies, I blame you.
That's
If he
Don't worry.
dies, I'm blaming you.
the church will literally. Don't worry, Shatreed. I'll make sure he stays safe. Even if I have to sacrifice myself, I'll make sure that Ralph doesn't then
No,
he's
that-
able to return home to his
Yeah,
family.
No, don't.
I am okay. All right. And you
No.
all.
Same problem. God damn it.
So Ralph is coming with. Are we bringing Daisy?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she from here?
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, she can come, but do we want to leave someone behind just like keep watch on stuff?
I guess we could leave Mugen behind.
Could. Hmm.
I feel like if Kindori's relatively safe, and we may not necessarily need to leave somebody behind, but if it's
fair.
but also that on the flip side, if it's safe, we don't necessarily need to bring everyone with us for like survival purposes. So we can afford to just leave somebody extra.
Hmm. I'm down for either.
I'm down to leave somebody just for the sake of future endeavors. We have someone to reach out to just in the event that we need, like, I don't know, assistance out on different parts of the coast or anything like that.
Yeah, that's smart. So do we leave? Do we want to leave Daisy behind?
That I feel like is up to Tequila if he wants
True.
to leave Daisy behind.
Mianon pipes up. I could easily just fly back and forth from here. It's not going to cost me anything, and like literally like a single digit number of miles. I can bounce back and forth and just keep reporting.
That would work. Yeah. You don't mind flying back and forth? You can.
I'm
Yeah,
not
if you
gonna
don't
do it
mind.
like 10 times a day, but I can do it once a day.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Sure. All right.
He like gives a salute with his big ass wing.
All right. Guess we're all going.
All right. So
Hey.
you all bring Ralph and Daisy with you as you ferry yourselves on one of the airships to the city of Kindori. Go ahead and I will allow. First of all, I will ask what the goal is with what is your immediate next step after getting into Kindori?
We need to go and have a conversation with the Great Ennead and try to convince them to be on our side when we go to the Forbidden East. And the way I feel like from the Giants, the best way to do that is to help the Great Ennead with the devil problem. And then they should be freed up to come with us to the Forbidden East so that we can go get my fucking bird back. The exact same one. I'm not fucking casting Find Familiar again by any means. I want the exact same bird back. But I'm pretty sure that's like why we're coming to Kindori, right? To get the audience with the Great Ennead so that we can ask for their assistance in the Forbidden East. But before we do that, we have to kill a bunch of devils.
Yeah, you are coming to ask them to help with this assembly that Corellin is forming, but you are under the understanding that it's more than likely going to require your assistance in this conflict that they have with the Hellen Empire.
Yeah, so we gotta go to Kindori, kill a bunch of fucking devils, talk to the Great Ennead, promise to the Great Ennead that we can flip Zariel and that she's actually under duress and she's not at least that evil. And then we go save Zariel and we free her.
Under duress.
from her control from Osmodeus. Asmodeus, yes, who's a bastard, who's fucking controlling Zariel. So we're gonna go convince the Great Ennead of that, and tell them that once we go defeat Zariel, save her, and free their people of all this devil bullshit, then they can come with us to the Forbidden East and get my fucking bird back. At least I think that's why we're here.
Sounds right.
All right.
You
Whoever's got the
all-
highest charisma gets to the front.
I will ask for. So yeah, do you want to seek an audience with Helios, with the Great Ennead? How do you intend to do that?
How do we do that? Because you guys have been here before.
Would I be able to ask or try to find some way to connect with Anubis to give us a sort of guide for the best way to get into the good graces or any sort of graces with the Great Ennead where they would need to necessitate their audience with us? If I fuck enough shit up in the city, will I have to go talk to the Great Ennead or like cops?
Cops, like they have a military.
Okay, so then yeah, we're gonna need.
They would
we're
not be
gonna need
sending you
also-
to the Great Ennead for like petty thievery.
We're gonna, well, petty thievery, or we blow up a fucking quarter of the city.
That's how you get them on your side.
I mean, they're.
I
they'll definitely
highly
give us an
encourage
audience
the
then.
opposite of that.
I guess maybe.
I will. Okay, I will.
Let's
ask
around.
for
Let's ask the townspeople.
those who
Let's
want
ask the
to.
people here.
Can make either insight, perception, or investigation checks.
My wisdom is maxed now, so I can.
Different
guess
results
as-
for each.
I could roll an insight in church. Like actually, church would go and like I guess ask a person here in Kindori, like just a random grandma, like, yeah, what's the best way for me to go and talk to these people that I'm trying to talk to? Like very blunt, like I need to talk to these fucking people. How do I do that? And I could roll an insight.
We'll
Insight's pretty
get
high.
to that in a second. I just want to. There's like something specific that I'm looking for with this series of
Okay,
checks.
gotcha.
So Angus has a history as a lawman in Baator. Would that give him a benefit for knowing how to speak to this glorified city council?
I'm going to say no, and I will explain why. But and I will explain why in a second. But I will say this: if you want to roll an insight check, I will give you advantage on this because of your experience. Again, there's a very specific thing I'm looking for when asking for these checks.
Ooh, that was so base.
22. Okay. Anyone else want to roll investigation, perception, insight?
My wisdom's really high. I'll roll a perception. Oh, never mind.
All right. Philo with the fucking nat 20. Honestly, I'd probably give you advantage as well because this is your home. So you would immediately notice something out of the norm. But that nat 20 perfectly signifies that anyways. Church, you said you were going to go for a check of your own?
Nah, with that fucking 30, I feel like we're set
Alright,
off.
fair enough.
If you only
So
get
the
two.
two of you, so the two of you have the two of you are of everybody in the group, the two of you, Angus and Tequila, are actually the only natives of Baator in the group at this point. You have Church, who technically is a native to the Forbidden East, but we're not going in there. And then you have Citrine, who is a Vanir, And then you have Drew, who was a construct from Muspelheim. The two of you have, Tequila specifically has lived in Kindori his entire life up until the last like month in which this campaign has taken place. Not even a month, half a month. But regardless of how long that's been, you, Tequila, on that natural 20, you immediately, one thing that immediately draws your attention is the ever more presence of what did I call it? The Ashmouth. The Ashmouth, if you recall, was basically the royal guard of the Great Ennead. It was a military division ran by Horus, who was the captain of the Ashmouth. And the Ashmouth were basically the royal guard that mostly kind of resided in the presence of the Great Ennead. You would really only see the Ashmouth when like Zariel would attack or some other like major event. Like seeing them in general it's not a rarity, but they only show up. It's like the FBI. It's like they don't show up unless shit is real. Now you are seeing them across every corner of the street. Like there are different like squadrons of Ashmouth making patrols all over the place in Kindori, and you can see them and the huge amount of them even before you even land in the ferry, and even as you like come off a step off of the ferry, the Ashmouth seem to be ever present in like keeping an eye on everybody coming in from Muspelheim. Aaron, on that 22'd insight, you could tell that this has become a military state, basically. The Ashmouth have taken on a much larger role than their original design, and you can tell walking through the streets and seeing the reactions of people around looking at the Ashmouth as they pass you by and pass other people by. The people of Kindori are more fearful of the Ashmouth than they probably should be. The Ashmouth are supposed to be the royal guard, the protectors of the city, and yet people are scared. And it doesn't seem to just be the fact that like, oh, their presence means danger. It's, oh, they seem to genuinely fear the Ashmouth as individually. And on that natural 20, the Ashmouth physically appeared different than before. Before, the Ashmouth seemed to bear a similar sort of adornment of armor that gave off a resemblance to Ra and Horus, this sort of avian-like crescent crown on their heads that would kind of like accent their very like, I wouldn't say bovine skull. I'm not even sure exactly. I can give you a visual of the Ashmouth. I think I can at least. Yeah, Commander's Command.
So they're like Minotaur people now, looking.
So this is the Ashmouth. Or nope, that's not it. Let me. That's the Ashmouth. normally there would be this sort of headdress that would sort of accent their skull and horns that gave them that would resemble more of like an avian presence. But that seems to have just completely that now it seems more bearing the resemblance of an anteater.
Guys,
But
I think there's been some sort of coup.
Fuck, it's
I
the
wonder
great.
what happened after everyone died. After everyone died, you know.
If the great Ennead got fucking
Sure.
smoked. Oh my god.
you
No.
would recognize that. I will. With Angus. Okay, so I will say with your natural 20, with Tequila's natural 20, you notice the change in their physical garb, and you address this to the group. And Angus, with your insight, knowing having met the Great Ennead in person and like kind of understanding the different people, it almost feels like originally Horus was in charge of the Ashmouth, and that supposedly is why they had this sort of avian sort of presence. Maybe it was because of Horus being the captain. Maybe it was because Ra was the king. But now that they've switched to an anteater, there's only really one person that bared that sort of resemblance, and that was Set.
Oh. I'm trying to remember my Egyptian mythology right now.
Let me. He should have put. He was one of the. So Set is the brother of the fallen Osiris. He is the son. He is the brother of Osiris. He is the father of Anubis. And he is the son of, and I believe, if I'm correct, he is one of the children of Ra. Nope, he is the son of Jeb and Nut. Jeb being, if you recall Jeb, he was that giant ice colossus from the holograms from the meeting, council meeting.
Mhm.
But last you were here, Set was a member of the Great Ennead, the sort of council that Ra had made for himself. But now it seems that he has taken on a greater role of some kind. If you want to make, I can ask. I will ask for history checks if you all want to.
It's gotta be tequila.
Again, probably the natives would be the ones that could actually roll this.
-1.
Yeah, that intelligence dump pad. Yeah.
We both rolled 18. Yeah.
God, Lizard with the fucking 20
Yeah,
and then
tequila's.
back-to-back
I was gonna say,
18. You guys are fucking
it's gotta be
killing
tequila.
it, my guy.
I'm back home.
You're back home. Okay, so Angus, with your 17, you know that he was one of the He was one of the members of the Great Ennead that was in charge of its military. He was a war general. Alongside Osiris. The two definitely had very different approaches to their battle strategy and tactics, but the details of which are not like very clear and known to you. But Tequila, probably witnessing Set in combat on occasion, you know that the difference between Osiris and Set was Osiris was a lot more calculated, but cared about life. Essentially, he treated his soldiers like humans. He treated his enemies like humans, choosing surrender over death in every opportunity that was given to him. Set, on the other hand, very much the opposite. Treated his soldiers like pawns, treating his enemies like the bane of his existence, and overall his battle strategies were a lot more brutish and without much strategy. But nevertheless, the two of them were both members of the council up until Osiris, and the most recent event that had happened before the campaign had started was the death of Osiris in a nearby valley of Maladomini, where Osiris and Anubis had both been killed, and the only survivor of that sort of army that they had marching into that valley was Set. But I think that's. I mean, if you have any specific questions, I'm sure you probably would know the answer to them, specifically about Set, or in general. I mean, that's 28 to history. I'll give you whatever you want. What's his favorite cheese?
What is it?
Asiago. Now.
I'll communicate all that to the party, and then maybe they'll have questions.
What do you think his favorite cheese was?
Asiago.
It's just
What
he's known for it.
What do you think would get his attention? What is something that you think that would be irresistible for Set to ignore?
I'll say on your 28 to history, the Great Need is not really like, it's extremely difficult to seek an audience with them. The only reason that you had been able to seek an audience in the last time you were here was because Drew was sent on a political endeavor as an ambassador of Muspelheim to sort of seek an alliance with the Great Ennead in some way, and investigate the conflict involving the Scourge and whether or not it was something that they had interest in enjoying. But like, there's rarely ever an opportunity to seek an audience with them. However, you know that there are many who are not specifically the Great Ennead, but there are many in relation to the Great Ennead who vastly populate who vastly populate Kindori. There are many people. There are many people of nobility that walk among Kindori. That, though you can't, they could offer the ability to seek an audience with the Great Ennead if you were able to get their attention, which would be much easier than the Great Ennead.
We have to get in with a noble.
I don't take too kindly to nobility. Well, you must know somebody around the area then, Tequila, that would be...
Man, I lived in a shack.
So that means you must have been envious of the people that didn't. I'm surely you know one family name of the
I was like solely focused for multiple years building this suit of armor out of scraps.
Would Tequila have maybe potentially have heard of a noble family or some sort of esque like that would have been sort of like the Rockefellers of the time?
So actually, you know what? You all have the perfect contact. Who all, I will ask, remembers the faithful Neckbet?
I don't.
No.
I know Paningus does.
Yeah, you won. Neckbet was the messenger. He was the one that came to you all. He is this sort of vulture-looking humanoid, who was the main one that was like transporting you to Heliopolis, transporting you away from Heliopolis. His main thing was vulture familiars made of sand. He was the one that was kind of who had informed you about Horus being in the sewers after the attack from Zariel. Trying to give you a visual of Neckbed. That'll help.
I vaguely
Neckbed.
remember. Oh,
I
fuck.
remember that guy. He's got fat fucking titties.
No.
I don't remember. I don't think I saw this guy.
Oh my god. It's whatever. It was literally like, this is session like 1, 2, like 3
This-
information.
Actually, 3 years ago.
This was
maybe
meant
4
to.
now.
These guys were important when I was trying to make the whole plot of this campaign, of this group's campaign, the Egyptian pantheon. And now I'm returning to it 3 years later, and I'm like, who here remembers Wadjet?
I remember Neckbed's fat fucking titties.
That's
It sounds like we've got our point of contact. Sounds like we've got our audience there. So we must find this Neckbet and force them to give us an audience with a greater need.
Do you guys think this person will want to help us, or are we gonna have to do some convincing?
Well, I'm sure if we tell them that, you know, we're gonna help the devil problem so that they don't have to live in a fucking militaristic state forever, or at least until they figure out a way to, because it sounds like they're just defending themselves from devils rather than really feeling like they have an offensive against Zariel. So I'm sure they'll be on board if that's the case of, well, why we're here and why we need the audience. Like, we're gonna fucking tell them that we can save you and the rest of the people here. from having to live like this, I don't think it's gonna be that difficult to convince
I
him.
hope so. But you never know.
Like, he has aligned interests with us. I'm sure Neckbet doesn't fucking want the Ashmouth running around looking like anteater fucking skull golem monsters.
But maybe he does. We don't know.
Guess we'll have to go find out. Yeah. So it
But-
sounds like that's our.
Second question, do we know where to find him?
Tequila does.
I'm putting too much power into this 28th history. But Watchet is very much like, he is the surveyor of the city. If you intend to get into his line of, he has these familiars, these vulture constructs of sand, all throughout the city. So the best chance of finding him is to find one of his familiars.
I guess we could just look around for a familiar, use
Yeah.
the familiar to find him, and then use him to get to the Great Ennead. So, sounds like we have a kind of a pathway up.
Alright, let's start wandering around and hope we find one.
Yeah, let's go bird watching.
All right.
You make sure you have your binoculars, guys.
I will ask for either perception or investigation checks.
Tequila's on you.
I'm not
Almost.
risking my hot streak on this one. I've got
Everyone
a
can
bad
contribute to
feeling.
this, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'll roll a perception.
Doesn't just have to be the one guy.
Boom. Boom.
Look, see, there's Citrine. There he goes.
Yeah.
I can't see shit.
Yeah.
You got a fucking crit.
I guess you've gone blind.
Angus
Angus is very
enthralled as he
overstimulated
notices that-
right now.
Why is
Angus
everything
is enthralled as he
chrome?
notices
What's going on?
that the one in Angus is enthralled by when he notices that the one in charge of Muspelheim's supply runs coming in is a talking yak. But nevertheless, you
When
all.
was the last time I saw a fellow cowfolk?
It is not a cow folk. It is a literal cow. It is a yak.
Okay, and what
Uh,
am I?
You are a
What am I
bipedal
but a
minotaur.
bipedal cow? I'm a cow with good
Man is
balance.
of it is so so you I should further describe. You all ferry in to onto the outskirts of the city, and the Ashmouth definitely take notice of you all, especially with your adorned weaponry that doesn't seem to be concealed in any manner. But they seem to not. They don't seem to aggress you in any sort of way, and perhaps I'll keep using Angus's insight. It's probably because they are specifically looking for fiendish types. They are looking for people who they are looking for devils. They are not interested in like humanoids. But as people come in, supplies also come in. Food, weaponry, general materials, like stuff that you wouldn't be able to find in a desert. They seem to be Muspelheim seems to be supplying to Kindori. And you see that there are a couple of individuals that seem to be like heading this heading this operation, this transfer of goods, and the leader of which, or at least someone of interest, seems to be a literal yak who is talking to the representatives, who is talking to the sort of managers of Muspelheim, and routing their supplies to different locations. And Tequila, you would know this man to be Apis. He is a yak. He talks. He is most often in the company of Hathor, who is Horus's wife, and he deals in the Ennead's agriculture and food supplies. But
I guess we could go and talk to the overseers of the goods transportation and kind of get our first initiation of like somebody that seems to be in a higher standing. You know, if somebody's heading this entire operation, they'll probably.
If you want to, you can. But also, this is the information that I'm giving because Angus rolled a natural 1 and is enthralled by that talking yak. So. Instead of focusing on finding Neckbed, but if you want to take advantage of this random bit of information, go for it.
I mean, maybe they have some idea about the familiars and like the first place to go for us to go talk to a familiar of Neckbed. I don't know, but if you guys don't see any point in talking to any of these guys, we could just go look for the familiars outright. They might know some direction to point us to or something like that.
Up to you guys.
I'm trying to think of our best way to find somebody. To find this person.
Maybe just find a sandbird, grab it, and we're boom, we're there, right? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, but I guess we could just go find a bird watching spot.
True.
And just like split up and look for clues, and then reconvene once one of us has found a
Do we want to split up?
I think we should be good. There's like an entire fucking militaristic guard scattered across the city that's hell-bent on destroying any devil that they see. So I think even if a bad thing happens, like there's ample allies that are trying to stop that bad thing from happening actively here in Kindori. So I think we should be safe enough to maybe split into like groups. Maybe groups of 2. Then search around, cover all the different major parts of the city, because everywhere we go there'll be fucking Ashmouth that are hell-bent on killing devils. So I think we should be pretty safe. Like relatively safe with all the extra assistance we'd have should a back go down to be a bunch of fucking like allied NPCs that are there just neutrally to fuck up the
All right, you got a point. Yeah, I mean, splitting up would probably help us find what we need faster.
I agree, and I don't think in this situation it should put us at too much risk if we have all the allied assistance from the Great Ennead.
Okay. So how do we want to split up?
Church is gonna go with Ralph and show Ralph around the city.
Okay.
And you guys can figure out where y'all want to go.
Ralph, do not let him put you in danger.
If we're splitting into 2 groups, then we should probably have the folks that are from around here go in separate groups.
I agree.
Okay.
So it's up to y'all how y'all want to split. y'all's.
I'm kind of feeling
rest of the
like I
group
should
up.
go keep an eye on you and Ralph.
I'm not gonna get Ralph killed. We're saying like I may be wrong, but like worst case scenario, I'll throw Ralph at the back of a fucking phalanx of Ashmouth, and he'll just fucking throw knives or something. He'll be fine. He's got to grow up, Tequila. He's got to get out of the house.
No, he doesn't.
He stays safe forever.
He's not ready.
He is. Even if he gets knocked unconscious, I'll heal him and make sure he doesn't die.
That's what you say. Then you go down.
Oh fuck, that would be detrimental. I don't think the Ashmouth have heals.
I doubt
Actually,
it.
that's a good point. Strategically, if we get in a fight, maybe the better combination is me, Citrine, and then Angus Church. I don't know where Drew is going.
Drew could go with Ralph and Daisy.
Yeah.
Potentially. And then kind of like be the pseudo NPC party that like has the healer with them, so like they'll be extra safe.
They conveniently arrive whenever Jake gets back.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Jake just drags them through the fucking city. Drew would literally be dragging them through the fucking city.
And this is, I think it's Daisy dragging them through.
Well, I think the little NPC clique group will work.
Yeah.
And they could keep each other safe. And then yeah, I could head out with Angus, Citrine, you go with Tequila
Yeah. Right.
to so we could investigate around.
Yeah. We should. Maybe we should have a meetup point just in case something bad happens.
This big center district area looks pretty good.
All right.
Looks like a pretty hub-like area.
All right. That works.
Does
Alright,
everybody
so,
cool to go
what
and
are
investigate the
teams
city?
again?
Angus and I, and Tequila and Citrine.
If everybody thinks that's a good idea.
I think we should be good splitting up. I don't think we should be too relatively in danger. And even if we do have to fight something, we should, from what you all saw, be accompanied by like a plethora of Ashmouth that are hell-bent on stopping the invasion of the devils at all costs.
Hold up, are they going to tag Citrine or Church as being devilish?
No.
Well, I'm fine now. Church, maybe.
That's right.
Church doesn't have any.
Yeah, I'm definitely hearing whispers. But like, yeah, I lost
Or
all my
no.
tattoos and everything.
The your items would your gauntlets will probably not draw the attention of the Ashmouth.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll be fine. I think we should be good. And the Ashmouth will be on our side.
Sure.
There's a shit ton of them, so like, bring it on.
Alright, so a lot of you all split up into, I believe, 3 groups total. It's Angus and Church,
Drew with the
Citrine and Tequila, and then Drew with Ralph and Daisy.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start with. So yeah. at the start of your investigation, like I said, Angus gets kind of sidetracked by Opus, but eventually everybody kind of separates into the city, bleeding through, and Citrine on a 27. It is, you know what you have been given a description of what you are looking for. A vulture made of sand. There apparently, according to Tequila, should be many of them across the city. But with a 27 to perception, you aren't able to find any. And that is not, and with a 27, it's you know for certain it is because there are none in the areas that you are looking at, And Church on a 20 to perception, you also know that you also are not able to find any vultures. And you are also you understand that it is because there are none in the. It is because there are none in the city.
That's a bit concerning.
I will. So you all split off, and you said you were going in. Let's start with Citrine and Tequila. Where are the two of you going?
Tequila, any specific direction you want to go?
I think I used to live in the West District, right? No, I don't remember.
We can look around. We can look around there.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So you all are
let's look
going
at the West District.
towards more like the Pilgrim's Orchard kind of area.
Yeah.
With that said, is the opposite group going in the opposite direction?
I would probably head closer north to the ship.
Yeah.
See, my first thought was that we should probably head towards Silver Place District. Just because the two of us can walk faster than everyone else, we can cover that longer distance quicker.
Yeah, I agree completely. I would start heading more north towards the ship in the Silver Palace place.
Yeah.
Silver
Place.
So,
Okay.
yeah, going through, I'll, I guess, kind of draw out our general path. That's much thinner than I thought it would be.
I see it.
And I guess that would leave Drew and Ralph and Daisy to just kind of be looking and investigating around where we landed, kind of in the West Trade District. Oh no, you guys are investigating the West, so I guess they would go to the Pilgrims Orchard.
The Pilgrim's Orchard is where
Sure.
Citrine and Tequila are going. More towards
Oh,
where
I thought they were
supposedly
going-
Tequila lived.
Oh, I thought they were going west.
You guys are in the West.
Okay, then that's what I thought. That's what I was gonna say. We could just leave Drew, Daisy, and Ralph to just kind of wander around close to Muspelheim and where we landed, so they also have an extra layer of, I guess, security if they're the closest to the escape.
So, NPC party hovers around the West District. Church and Angus cut through the trade district to Silver Place, and then Citrine and Tequila go down or south to Pilgrim's Orchard.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sounds right.
All right. We will start with. We'll start with Tequila, or Citrine and Tequila. So, Citrine, like I said, you investigate the Pilgrim's Orchard, wandering through the streets aimlessly. This is a completely new place for you. Everywhere in Cerdonia is, but this is so wholly different from what you've been accustomed to with the different cities that you have visited. That it is the common folk of here are tieflings mostly, but also a vast majority are like devils, like full horned devils, bearded devils, spine devils. These are horrific demonic creatures that walk the streets as common folk. But nevertheless, you continue to wander the streets, looking across the rooftops and the streets for these sort of constructs of sand that supposedly are the familiars of Nekbet, but find none. Tequila, as you kind of keep wandering, you kind of accompanying him, a part of you almost in habit begins to trace your path in a direction that it's interesting how you begin to walk this path knowing the destination, yet forgetting where exactly this destination led until you come across a small 5 by 5 foot tall rectangular building of sandstone and cobbled wood that makes up a small house that you used to live in. You see that the overall exterior, the whole building itself, seems to have dilapidated in the time that you have been away. Mostly just abandoned, with sand from dust storms building up all across the walls, weathering in the overall structure seems to be taking its toll, as you see bits of rock have fallen apart in different parts of the building, and sort of these wooden blinds that you had kept up seem to have been broken, as if perhaps someone had maybe even broken into your house while you were gone. How do you think Tequila feels about? How would Tequila feel about seeing this house for the first time in, for you, 3 years, for him 4 weeks?
Man, I forgot how much this place sucks. like, mm, like he spent all his time here, working and trying to like forget about Daisy's death. So I feel like he feels like he's in a better place now, and he literally just is like over this place. Maybe I can fix the blinds though.
As you take a moment to look at the overall structure, contemplating what the minor things that you could take care of, you and Citrine both hear the commotion, a commotion nearby, as storming out from one of these buildings is an Ashmouth guard who in his hands the Ashmouth are large in category wise, so they stand about like 10-12 feet tall. And in this Ashmouth's hand is a barbed devil that seems to flail in anger and agitation as this Ashmouth steps out from within. And the Ashmouth, this sort of conversation that whatever seems to have happened with. Whatever discourse seems to have happened with the Ashmouth and the Barbed Devil seems to have come to a conclusion as the Ashmouth simply throws the Barbed Devil away like trash and begins to walk away. As he does, you see kind of hunching over and stepping out of the door behind them, following them out the door as well, is this large oxfolk person. Where Apis was a yak, this is an actual bipedal ox, who seems to be adorned in rather nice clothing. Well-kept exterior compared to the general populace of this city, and he seems to tend to the Barbed Devil and help him up as he shouts something in, I don't even think, a language Citrine you would understand. But to Tequila, it is, you simply hear him say, "You can't keep doing this to people!" And he helps the Barbed Devil back inside. You recognize this person to be a noble of the Ennead, known as Noom. He is a doctor and a shaman who helps the people who mostly finds themselves down with the common folk, helping the sick and needy. And though this doesn't seem to be his like general establishment, as he brings the Barbed Devil back inside this building, you can assume that the Noom had been tending to this Barbed Devil within the comfort of that Barbed Devil's own home before the Ashmouth arrived.
Oh. He's a treat. I think a guy could help us, maybe.
Really? You think so? Perfect.
Yeah, noble type.
All right. Then you take the lead if you recognize him.
I mean, I recognize him because, like, I don't know, he's just known. It's not like I've ever talked to him.
More than me, I wouldn't have known anything if you hadn't pointed him out. So you take the lead.
I hate
But you're a
this.
local.
Wait, can I ask a question? It sounds like he's like this situation is saying that the Ashmouth are oppressing the people that just live here as
Yes.
devils also.
Angus
Fuck.
Angus with his insight definitely seems like the Ashmouth have taken on a much larger role, and the people seem to be fearful of the Ashmouth in general, and it seems that it is because they have become a lot more of an oppressive military group.
And so they're just storming into people's fucking homes.
Yeah.
Ugh, yuck. These guys kind of suck. Maybe that could be a thing to go and ask him about. Like, why
Let's
the
go knock
Ashmouth?
on the door.
Hopefully he's helpful.
You make your way over, and you see that Noom didn't even care to close the door behind him, seeming to be focused more on the barbed devil's condition. But you kind of like peer into the open doorway and see that the building is rather small. The Ashmouth like barely fit through the door, but there is this sort of bedding on the other side of this room that Noom kind of helps the barbed devil like come to sit at, and moves over to a nearby table where there seems to be all this sort of like oilments and potions that bleed from a satchel that seems only big enough that Noom would be the only one to be able to wield it in general. But I will let you approach how you think you would.
I mean, even though the door's open, knock on the door first. Hello.
You see the barbed devil was mostly focused on what Noom was before he kind of like turns to you. Before he kind of turns to you, he says, "Hey, get out of here! Get on!" And Noom kind of like turns and looks to see you and the commotion that's going on, but kind of remains silent.
Sorry. We're just. I kind of need to talk to Noob, but I can wait or come back. It seems like you're busy.
Later.
Noom kind of just like looks with his brows kind of like raise at the mention that you want to speak to him. But he kind of looks to the barbed devil. He says, "It's all right, Crass. I will be a moment. I will step outside." And he passes him this sort of like ailment, this sort of like ointment, sort of this gauze, and steps outside, kind of follows you back outside as he kind of like initially kind of like pokes his head out the doorway as he says, "Is there something I can help you with?"
I mean, this is gonna be really presumptuous, but we're kind of looking for an inn to get like a meeting with the big wigs for all of them.
Isn't anyone? Why?
What are we doing, Citrine? Negotiating a treaty?
Offering our
You
help
don't know?
to the great Ennead.
Uh-huh.
To help take care of Asmodeus.
That fucking guy.
Join the military. I don't. That's the best I can help you. Like,
Well, we specifically need to talk to the great Ennead because we basically want to trade our services, essentially.
And we're real
I mean, they're
strong.
not really in charge of
Yeah.
military recruitment. If you want me to, I can probably figure out who exactly is in charge of sort of the recruitment agency. But the Great Need does not really seek. He's not really want a group you seek out simply to apply for the military.
You could also tell them. You could tell him about the giants and what the giants said, and that might give you a little bit of weight in your combo.
I don't remember what the giant said. Out of character, I don't remember.
Out of
Well, the
character, I don't
giant-
either.
The giants are the one who told us that in order for them to be allied with us to go to the Forbidden East, that it would be a lot more beneficial for it to be like a three-way push, or otherwise we're probably not going to be strong enough to take down some of the more like massive devils that we're trying to fight, which is why we're here in Kindori in the first place.
Mm.
So maybe dropping the giant, I forgot the name of the giant. I'm bad with the names of some of the characters.
Gone?
But the giant that told Gond told Church, and Church told everybody that like we should go to Kindori, because if we liberate Kindori, we will be able to have an ally. And Gond is the one who also like gave him that idea. So maybe that name might hold
I will also
some
clarify,
significant
you
weight
have
in
not
Beator.
expressed your relation to any sort of to like Karelen or Muspelheim or anything. So he genuinely like thinks you guys are like
Doesn't
just
know who the
trying to help in
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
help the good fight
Yeah.
and join the military or like as a sellsword or something.
Yeah. So no. We aren't like regular just soldier-y guys. We literally just came from the Forbidden East. We talked to God. It's hard for me to. We talked to God, and now we're here, trying to build like an alliance. Okay, solving problems, trying to build alliances.
Okay. And you want me to seek an audience with the Great Need on your behalf.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
They might remember me, actually.
He remembers. He was on Heliopolis.
Ah.
Kind of looks and he says,
I thought that one looked fucking familiar.
he looks and he says, Ryan, you said you were with Muspelheim, right? I think I recognize you. He looks to Tequila. You I think I recognize you, but
That one's new. We still have Drew, the robot-y guy, and Angus,
from what I hear, you were sent on a quest and then immediately you were sent on your first quest and then you no longer wanted to contribute. So, I mean, if you've been to the Forbidden East, I commend you on your efforts. But why have you returned?
Because there's some really big things going on in the world.
Specifically
No
in the
shit.
Forbidden East.
It's Cerdonia. No shit. There's shit all happening all over the world.
We're strong enough to kill these devils, but not all the devils. Yeah.
We were hoping that with being able to talk to the Great Ennead, that we could establish a big alliance with Ampharina, Muspelheim, Beator, to combat the demon threat in Ampharina,
Ampharina.
in Forbidden East.
Beator.
And here.
Okay, now I know you're
And
fucking.
Basically everywhere.
And everywhere.
Ampharina
And
has
everywhere.
been an isolationist for the last 1800 years.
That's where the
That's-
elves are from. That's
Yes.
where my dad is from. Tiresias is from Ampharina.
Yeah, well, things are changing.
That should
Devils
indicate how bad
everywhere.
things are getting.
He looks and he says,
It's everywhere. It's
"Do you-
indistinguishing.
look, I wish I could take your word for what you speak of, but the present times are troubled. And also forgive me if I don't believe you fully just yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty understandable, actually.
You
Very
have,
fair, yes.
sure, even if I were to trust your word, I wouldn't be able to simply. Your word you would need more than just your word to seek the audience of something of a greater power such as the council.
Do you have any examples? I have magic items.
You say you have. I don't. Are you trying to lobby?
No, not magic items I would give away, like, oh my god. How do I explain?
Look, do you have any sort of evidence of your relation with Ampharina, with Muspelheim? Any sort of proof of this alliance that that you are proposing? Because from what I understand, the Great Ennead already has an alliance with Muspelheim.
Citrine, what do you got on you?
I don't believe I have any evidence of wanting to establish an alliance.
This was a real oversight on Jekyll's part.
It was.
He didn't even give us a note?
Maybe to Angus.
I want to say he gave. No, he kind of just talked. Like Church just kind of talked. Like we just talked in that room, and then we left when we went into the forge. Did you bring anything from the forge?
No, I didn't get anything from
Fuck!
the
You
forge.
didn't bring anything from the forge.
No,
Fuck,
I
that's
couldn't
the
get
whole
anything from the forge. I
That's the
literally
whole
asked.
reason. Fuck! Oh damn! I don't think he
The-
took anything at all. Like a sigil or like a stamp, nothing. I don't think he took anything. He just took his word. You heard it.
thing I can see in my inventory that might notably be from another place that's important is Petal's watch. But I don't know if that would be like
Maybe
You
you
can't
just,
Unfortunately, it
easily
is a fucking
contact.
watch, so.
honestly, Tequila, maybe you
It could
could
be
also
used to easily contact someone who works for the Korean government. All I'm saying.
I think maybe you could also like let him know, like, hey, dude, like, this is my fucking home. Like, I'm from here. I live right the fuck over there. Like, I'm here for this shit for real. Like, you might be able to just like show him your will, like, just fucking conquerors hockey into him believing you, and like, no, like, just prove to him, like, look him really fucking firmly in the eyes. You know, like, nah, I'm not on no bullshit.
Got it.
Tequila
Yeah.
does not
Like,
have
how
conquerors
we
hockey. He has observation hockey at
also
best.
prime Android.
But like, you get what I'm saying? Like, just fucking will him
Yeah.
down. Just like, no, like, I'm fucking here to save my city too. Like, this is my fucking home. I'm not here for. I'm also here for that.
I feel like it's a waste, but do we think do we think he knows, or at least like would recognize like Zeus or Atlas?
Probably not Atlas, but Zeus is definitely a prominent figure.
Do we think if I show him Zeus and then we have Zeus like say that, you know, he did attack Ampharina and he has plans to like, you know, destroy or conquer the world, do we think that would work?
It's a little scary.
I mean, it's fine. We ask one question and then he goes away for the rest of the time. So there's no risk.
How long has Noom lived in proximity to Tequila?
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Like, would Noom? I
mean,
really
this
think
isn't
that,
like Noom's house.
yeah, but I really just think that, like, especially if Noom is like, you know, a man of the people, that he would know. Just like, if you're able to prove to him, like, I was one of these fucking people living out here, like, I was a kid out here, and had to like deal with all this bullshit up until just a little bit ago, like recently, until I got dragged into all this shit. So I really feel like if you can prove to him like that you also have a native, like, personal reason to be here and be asking for your audience with the greater need outside of just like a mission, but like your personal mission, I feel like you'd be able to get some sort of check you could do where you could prove that to him just with like your the strength of your words, you know, like, you don't really need to.
It seems more so that he believes you, but like he's more so like looking for like, okay, suppose I did believe you, do you have any evidence of not the fact that you live here, but more so like the other stuff that you're talking about, like why you want to meet with them. You want to meet with them because you want to discuss the alliance, a possible alliance with the Ampharina and Muspelheim and Beator. But he's more saying like, okay, do you have any evidence of this, like
Of this
you
mission.
are supposedly acting as ambassador of this. You are supposedly acting as representative of this alliance. Do you have evidence of this?
I don't suppose you know what a vestige is. vestige of the Nahuatl. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, how about this? If you would be so kind, can you tell us where we can get back in contact with you after we talk to the rest of our party?
You could bring him with you. You could tell him he could come with us.
I think that's a bigger ask.
Yeah, I don't. Especially with someone he has to like give
Yeah,
medical attention to.
he is tending to the wounded right now. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I am kind of busy right now. He says, "Look, I'm very nomadic. I kind of just wander and help the people who need it. I have a place in the Silver. I have a stead in the Silver Place. You can certainly try to find me there. But if that is all I will be returning to this person who has been waiting very patiently for me to mend his wounds.
Guys, I'm bleeding out.
Yeah, that's probably important. Sorry for...
One more quick question before we separate. How long have the Ashmouth been operating in the city like this?
Ever since Zariel attacked Heliopolis for the first time.
Wait, was that the one where they attacked the council?
The council meeting, yeah.
When it, like,
This was like
thing.
session 2, 3, where.
So for them, it's been like a month.
Yeah, no, Tequila's asking this in character, like, because there were kind of multiple stages or multiple attacks. The one where like the things attacked the council and popped into like 100 other things.
Well, in the Zariel had attacked Heliopolis, and in this attack, Ra had become mortally wounded, and from what we have been told, fell into a coma. He has been in sleep for ever since, and during his time of slumber, the Set has been appointed the leader of the great Ennead in his absence, and since then he has increased the overall size of the Ashmouth and their significance within Kindori.
Oh, that's a problem. I'm not. Hey, Citri, I'm not sure really how to deal with Seth.
That will be a problem then.
I mean, it might be possible, but he's no Ra, you know?
No,
I don't know. I don't know Ra, so. That is gonna be a problem then.
It's a problem. I mean, even if we get an audience, like, it's still going to be.
Remember, our goal is still in the better interest of the greater need. So at the end of the day, if Set's goal is to protect the people and he's just doing it in a little bit more of a militaristic way, if we're saying that you don't need to do any of that at all because we'll just fucking kill all the devils and stop the entire bullshit, then he'll still, like, our mission aligns with their mission. Our goal aligns with their goal, and so I do think that Set would still be like, yeah, I would like some help because we had to do all this bullshit just to like defend this one city while the devils are swarming through Beator.
Hello guys, I'm back fully.
Welcome back.
Yo.
Welcome back.
So like, if you're offering to cut off the head of the snake to Set, I think that that would actually be his primary interest. Would be to like kill Osmodeus and stop Zoriel, so that there won't be a threat of invasion anymore.
The problem is that Set's goal is to probably kill Asmodeus. That's not your prime goal, though.
That is true. So but I do think you could still convince him. Like I think that we could talk him into it if we can get the audience to say. I think we should be able to find a way.
Okay. Either way, haste the tree. Let's
Yeah.
let's keep looking for birds, I guess, until we meet up
Yeah.
with the others.
Let's do it. Hopefully we get lucky, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, the sandbirds.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, Sekbud.
the sandbirds that. Yeah.
Yeah, he has not been. He has left the Ennead. You won't
I'm
be
like-
finding
Oh, well, that's plan B down the
Huh.
toilet.
Well then.
Yeah.
Well, let's go meet up with the others, the tree.
Oh fuck. All right, time to re-strategize.
As you all
We're gonna-
return, as you all make your way to the rendezvous point, Zoe and Aaron, two of you, Church and Angus, make your way more up towards like the Silver Palace and the Trade District area, trying to look for more vultures. And as with Church's 20 to perception, you don't find any because there are none to be found.
I'd say the first thing I would do is try to convince Angus. Fuck these traitors. We need to make our way up north and go tread towards that shit. Because if I recall, Angus is fucking enthralled by these goddamn people bringing in shit from the boats from Muspelheim or whatever. So that would be the first thing that Church would say. That shit's not important. We need to make our way up north. Come on. And I actually would like to kind of look around the sort of like middle section of the trade district also before we go to the Silver Palace, and just kind of like look and see what is like being traded or sold or anything like that. Just for the sake of it, like kind of meander around any marketplaces that they have while we are wandering the trade district, or any sort of vendors or anything like that that might spike Church's interest.
You kind of like wander through the trade district, trying to like look at all the goods that they trying to look at the goods and the merchandise that they are selling. A lot of it seems to be weaponry, food, most of the food being like animals that they that have been hunted and skinned, and not a lot of it is. It's very standard stuff you would probably find in a desert. Very few, like Muspelheim definitely seems to be the first, like Muspelheim seems to be bringing a lot of stuff that they just don't have access to here in Kindori.
Got you.
But on a
I could roll something else to like look around.
Well,
This
okay.
area.
So on the 20 to perception, as you kind of like look around, or simultaneously like looking around the trade district and looking up for the vultures, you don't catch the eye of a vulture, or catch your eye on a vulture. Instead, you see sort of the rooftops the buildings are very like low are really low, not really tall buildings, very rectangular buildings, and the sort of like trade district has all these different stands that are kind of built along this sort of large road. But as you are kind of like looking and peering around for these vultures, instead you catch your eye on a snake. Now, snakes in a desert are not an uncommon occurrence. But this snake is one on a rooftop of one of the buildings nearby. Two, looking directly at you, and three is one you recognize. From your time when you had rescued Nate from the island of Mineros, she was not the only person that you had rescued. She was accompanied by a sort of assistant, a familiar with a higher intelligence, not one that she like magically constructed, but very much more like the basic sense of the word familiar, a servant, a snake by the name of Wadjet. And I tell you this because that is the exact same person that is looking at you and with surprise. And as he sort of like sees you and dips behind the rooftops.
Yeah, the first thing I would do would be to after. I know that snake. We should chase it. It's got to be a clue.
Ennead is very anxiously looking around because the last snake he dealt with is a much bigger pain in the ass.
Well, are you coming or not? We gotta go and chase that snake. It's gotta be. I forgot the name of that lady that we saved before, but I'm just. Maybe you were coming. I don't even know if Angus was there with us at that point in time.
No.
But there was this lady that we saved. Was Angus there on Mineros? Or was it?
No, Angus was there in Mineros. Angus didn't leave
That's-
until after, until you guys came back to Beator for the second time.
That's the same snake that we saw! Oh, come on! Before we lose it! And Church just starts fucking... Church, like, you see him do a little squat, and he just fucking, like, leaps and bounds his way up onto these... It sounds like the rooftops are relatively low. So I can roll
They're
for a
still
jump,
about, like,
but
10-ish
I
feet
feel like...
tall, but... Like, the ash
I
mountain
feel like...
that you pass by tower over them. But... They're still, like, 8 to 10 feet tall. But I'll say make either acrobatics or athletics.
Yes. Is this normal, or does Church have any sort of anything to... I'll just roll the normal. Well,
You have your
23.
acrobatics plus 10, so there you go. You immediately vault up onto the rooftop. And Angus, you just watch him just kind of like immediately dart off into a random direction, not even seeing the snake he's referring to, until you notice that the snake had disappeared, only to slither down the wall of that building to come and approach you, as the snake Wajet looks to you and says, "Come look for you." So you
so
kind
now
of just
Church is
basically
actively
swapped positions
up
with the
there.
snake.
So I presume that this snake is just gonna slither up its way to Angus.
Yeah, you kind of like Wajet kind of like slithers up, and he's just like, "What? That is smart. Where is that other one?" Just looks to Angus. Aaron.
I'm sorry, my audio cut out for a second.
No worries. He kind of just like looks around and he's just like, where is the other one?
Oh, fuck, I lose him again. Oh. Well, I'm sure he'll.
You
I'm
you
sure
had
he'll
seen Church
find us.
vault up onto the rooftop.
Oh, perfect.
And he's like actively like on the rooftop looking down,
So
looking
yeah, so
around for the
Church
snake.
had
Like, you
seen
can see
Wa-
him up.
Church
up
had
there.
seen Wajet on the rooftop. Wajet disappeared from view. Church went up to go find Wajet, only for Wajet to approach you, having disappeared to come see you, and without noticing that Church had tried to pursue Wajet.
Oh, perfect.
This bit has been going on for longer than I wanted to. But you eventually notice that Church, you eventually notice Wajet had come to Angus, and you come down from the rooftop.
And so now Angus is engaged with the snake. Pretty much one-on-one.
We're talking about
Well,
you
no,
behind your
Church,
back.
you see that Wajet has come to Angus.
Oh, okay,
So you
okay.
can come
Then
down.
I would-
So you come down.
Then I would just hop down, yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is.
It. Fucker.
I'm sorry, he's not a very smart man.
Does is Wadjet like still talking to Angus?
We're still talking about
Can
you
you
behind
guys
your
hear
back.
each other? Like we're talking like.
Yeah, I can hear Aaron. Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes.
Eventually, as you all are having your little conversation, he jumps down. Oh, there it is. Angus, why didn't you call up to me and tell me that it was right here?
It.
Hey, little snake, I remember you. What are you
Fucker,
doing
not
here?
It.
Oh, I didn't know you spoke so
During Pride Month, Church.
elegantly. Well, why are you here? I forgot her name, but is she here with you?
Oh no. I was gonna come and talk to you about that, but now I don't really feel. Yeah,
Look,
whatever.
I'm sorry.
Why? What are you all doing here in Kindori again?
Well,
So it's kind of a long story that I kind of got roped into. But here's the gist of it to the best of my knowledge. And Angus, for once in his life, he gives an accurate description of what they're actually doing there.
Wajay kind of just like gives you the blank stare of a snake just going, oh. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but you kind of showed up at a bad time. But I guess any time after the first time was kind of bad.
Has there ever been a good time?
It was. And then Zariel put a blade into Ra's heart.
Yeah, no, she still fucking sucks.
Oh, I know. Oh, we know. We know.
This church
But,
expresses his expressant, I guess, resistance against this idea that Zariel is evil, even though church does know that Angus has a beef with Zariel personally.
No, I know. I
told you, Angus. She's not really that way. You know that.
Speak for yourself. You don't got the history. All of that. That's right.
Yator, like you, and Tequila.
Clearly.
But one thing I do know is that anybody that can be saved is worth saving. And we wanted to know, little snake thing, you have the ability to, I don't know, just get us an audience with Set. That's all we need. Whatever do you mean?
I did, and then the Nate left with the Ennead.
Ah, I see. Well, do you know anybody that... Do you know anybody that could get us an audience with the Ennead? That might be in the area?
Hathor is kind of still buddy-ish. I mean, she's still Horace's wife, but I mean, she's been kind of in bad water with the Great Need in general. No, but this is kind of a bad time because a lot of the Ennead are kind of moving away from ruling from the Great Need set ever since he was appointed, and not been doing the best.
Not been doing the best? I thought all the gods were wise and strong. What do you mean the Ennead is leaving? That's concerning. We kind of need you guys to help us out.
I will ignore the god comment, but he says, I mean, some people are being kind of pushed out. Some people are leaving, sort of renouncing their position in the Ennead. Significant people too.
Would Church have been able to sort of get... Well, Church would know from what Tequila told him about the militarization of the city. So I guess then Church would then say, this must have something to do with all these... I can't even call them creatures lingering around, storming into people's houses. Is that it?
I mean, the Ashmouth are still people, but yeah.
Well, from the last time I was here, they seem more like beasts. What changed?
Nothing.
What seems to be the issue with their leadership? Is it...
Well, not really a good one. Kind of everything. sort of been well, he was appointed the leader of the Great Need, and he during his time he's been mostly raising the defenses of Kindori, but in order to do so, he's been mitigating the defenses of other outposts. Like the Ennead had places of like sort of outposts and many different places that they like active conflict were happening, and when Ra was sort of disseminating forces out to all of them in different amounts in order to help them and sort of in general try to help them with the overall conflict in each different site. But ever since Set came to power, he sort of brought all of those defenses back to Kindori, making more of like a stronghold. But I mean, like, we're losing the Devil's Pass because Sobek is losing his forces. General Khonshu is on the front lines of Nessus, and he's being backed into a corner because of all the resources that are no longer being sent his way. I mean, we offered, and like even in non-military outposts, like after you all had left, we offered aid to Flagshire in Mineros and the people there, but Set has sort of abandoned them, basically.
Yeah, this is the absolute wrong person to be telling this information. Angus! Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, probably not, but what do you think?
Well, first I want to ask you how you're feeling about this, because this situation here in Kindori has certainly got my blood boiling. And I don't know if Church would have seen anybody be necessarily oppressed yet, but just hearing it from Tequila and then hearing the corroboration from the snake. I forgot the name of the snake already.
Wadjet.
But the Wadjet, and so now Church is full tilt. Church is full tilt. So like he's hearing all of these things. Suppression of resources for the people outside of one city, which means essentially Set is starving and suffocating and allowing the death of the rest of Beator for the sake of Kindori. So Church is on full tilt, and he's ready to go and have a conversation with this guy. A very stern conversation with a Set, because Church is upset about the way the people are being treated here, very firmly now that the Tequila story has been corroborated. So he is thinking either we're gonna have to fucking talk this guy into being a better leader, or I don't know what's gonna happen after that.
Maybe we can bring Jed back over here and take over. And again, he might.
Watch it.
Ah,
You know more about the gods and such than we do, or at least than I do. Oh, not gods, but you know more about the Great Ennead than I do. Who do you feel like would be a more responsible leader for you and for the rest of the Great Ennead? Well, I watched Raw take a sword through his chest, so I'm not sure he's going to be leading anything anytime soon. Are there any others that you feel like may have separated themselves from the Great Ennead that might be looking for a more idealistic way for it to be ran?
Isis.
Where can I find this Isis?
Nobody.
Are they here in Kindori?
She also left. I mean, she disappeared after Seth, like literally the day Seth was appointed in power.
Well, Angus, what do you think we should do? Because I'm ready to go and storm that ship right now.
Well,
I
go
want
and
us go ahead
storm
and
in
make
the
a
ship
history
full
check,
of
both
12.
of
Okay.
Okie dokie. Because I was gonna say, Church wouldn't know anything about Noom's house in the Silver Place, so Church wouldn't necessarily know to continue from this conversation, like, and not go back to the rendezvous point. So,
people. Anyways, keep going.
oh god, those were both so bad. Fuck. Well, Angus, where do you think we should go from here? Should we continue onward or head to the rendezvous point? Because Church is already full tilt, so he's ready
At the
to
very least,
see what
we
the
need
rest
to get back to the rendezvous point, because jumping a bunch of 12-foot tall soldiers is, I don't think it'll go well with just you and me.
I guess you're right. Although, if I see any of these soldiers abusing their power, I'm tempted to try to stop them. Because this whole situation is actually super crazy. And Church has a big problem with limitations of freedom. So if he sees like direct abuse or oppression, he might act. And so he's letting Angus know that. Alright. But if I see anything too over the top, I'm not sure if I'll be able to contain myself. But if you're ready to start heading back to the rendezvous point, like I said, I don't think Church would know anything about Noom and be able to feel like he should head further towards the Silver Place. So that's why I'm asking Angus now, or why he would be asking Angus, who is not probably emotional about the state of Kindori. What you think? Like, do you think we should go to the Silver Place, or do you think we should head back to the rendezvous point?
I feel like we got enough information we can get with everyone else and see if maybe they can help us come up with a way to contact ISIS.
I'm thinking that we should join with the rest of the group at the rendezvous point, and then Tequila could let Church and Angus know about Noom's home as a different rendezvous point after that. And then maybe potentially we could blend that information with whatever Jake gets down in the south or down in the west, and then we could kind of piece it all together. But I am ready to go to the rendezvous point if you are.
Wajed kind of just goes, I think I'm gonna kind of stay behind. I'll let you meet with your leader. But I'll say it's Isis, not ISIS. That pronunciation's a little problematic. Anyways, bye. You watch it disappears.
I want to say if it's the Isis and Osiris, it should be Isis.
So it's
I think the is Isis.
yeah.
I was just thinking like if that's like the Egyptian god theme thing, then yeah, it's Isis, I believe.
I'm not sure.
Isis and Osiris.
Anyway, let's go join ISIS.
Well, hopefully we can find her. She might have some insight about this set person.
Alright, let's go get ISIS to join us.
She's disappeared. But yes, I would Church would start headed down to the rendezvous point, fuming with emotion.
Angus, even though you had a 6 to that history check, it was for a different topic, so I will give you the information that Isis was a member of was a member of the Great Ennead and Osiris's wife. But with that, you all make your way down to the center, sort of central area, as Citrine and Tequila do the same. And I think that is where I'm gonna end the session tonight. On a pretty slow note. Nothing too much.
Sounds good, because I'm very, very sleepy.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
have not
nothing too much.
slept
Church
in
is
36 hours, so I'm good.
fully.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Church is
No.
fully
Yeah.
set
Enjoy
off.
your new apartment.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do want to say now that we're out of session, like Church wants to like fucking kill. Like I don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill him, but like it sounds like he needs to go. Yeah. It sounds like this guy needs to go, and he's not gonna go very willingly.
What? The main antagonist of the Egyptian pantheon is not a good person? Who would have thought?
But it does sound like we're gonna have to fucking fight Set and reinstitute and completely revolt with what's happening in Kindori before we can have a leader that is actually willing to like to take on the mission. Which I'm fucking. This guy sounds like an asshole, from what I'm hearing. He sounds like a super huge asshole, and it sounds like Kindori's like fucking Mussolini, Italy.
There's no such thing as a city council member who's not a huge asshole. Or a fascist.
But like Ra was such a
Or
good
both.
leader. Ra was like so him, and then plunged in his fucking chest. So now we're left with this fucking. I just want to kill him now. But if you guys feel like you can figure out a more diplomatic way, be my guest. But I'm trying to kill this fucker now. Because if we don't and we allow him to linger, the problem is that all the Great Ennead is gonna leave before we have the ability to access them for the Forbidden East if they're not willing to partner with the Great Ennead in the first place because of Set. So it sounds like there's an extra obstacle now because we won't really have forces from the Great Ennead because nobody wants to fuck with them because Set is an asshole. So then we have to kill Set, reinstitute a better leader, convince that leader that we need to fucking join forces to go to the Forbidden East, and that in order to do that, we'll stop Zariel. So now there's a whole extra piece in that, which is we have to kill Set. We got to kill Set. We have to kill
Iris, I hope you know that your internet shit out for just a fraction of a second. So on my screen, you were standing at the back of my room, or back of the room, and then you were just suddenly at your desk. It was terrifying.
I saw the same thing, and I was like, damn, when the fuck did she come and sit down at the
I
desk?
didn't
Like,
even-
you were facing the camera head on, and then you were just there.
Boring shit.
I didn't even Like,
But yeah,
you guys cut out. I don't know why.
I don't know if that's what you guys got from that conversation personally, but what I got from all of this session was that people are being oppressed the fuck out of their rights in the city. Church is not going for that shit at all. So he's ready to kill
All right.
and liberate.
Well, I'm very sleepy. And the session's over.
Yeah.
Are we still on stream?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Oh, damn. I got a dumb question, but I don't want to ask it on stream, so I'll save it
Okay.
for
I
later.
mean, I'll
Number two.
fucking, I'll